Coach Tony here for a very special meditation. Today, I might have you stick your hand in a bowl of ice water. This is an exercise you're definitely not going to find on Calm or Headspace. As far as I know, I'm the only meditation teacher who pushes this sort of experimental meditation on you, but let me pitch it to you. So, when it comes to an ice water challenge, there's a couple of interesting ways to do it. Some of you may know the Wim Hof method. What he's teaching is actually a breathing technique that changes your body chemistry so that the cold doesn't affect you as much. I think that's cheating. That's not how I'm going to teach you today. Or if you read Tim Ferriss, he recommends something like a cold shower almost as an act of bravery. Again, that's not what we're going to do today. Instead, I'm going to show you an exercise that will help expose the nature of pain. And specifically that pain is one part illusion and one part sensation. And that illusion is this emotional experience that is actually where all of the agony is. So we're going to use two techniques to get through this experience. Last time we did the ice water challenge, people reported that the ice water was much colder than they expected. So when you first put your hand in, expect it to be definitely uncomfortable. But we're going to use two techniques that we've been working on this whole time. One is control of focus. Normally when you meditate, you put your focus on your breath. This time we're going to put our focus on what is our hand feeling when it's in the ice water. And then the other is the I am aware. So the entire time that your hand is in the water, I want you to yourself or out loud to narrate the sensations you're feeling in the I am aware format. And I'm going to demonstrate it for you right at the end of this discussion. And what I think will happen for most of you is you'll have this epiphany. Within a minute or two, the emotional reaction to the pain will start to go away. Now, your initial emotional reaction is probably going to be very strong, especially if you get the water as cold as possible. It's going to be uncomfortable. But then you're going to surprise yourself as that emotional reaction goes away, and what you're left with instead is just an understanding of the physical sensation of your hand, and it's going to be, I think, different than you expect. The physical sensations are actually, generally they'll change the longer you keep your hand in. So keep your hand in maybe 2 or 3 minutes, set a timer if you want. I go basically until I have that experience of the emotion going away. And yeah, let's do it. So I've got a bowl of water, had some ice in there already, got my ice. Dump the ice in. This is just going to be me demonstrating for you. So I've got my hand, put in the water. Oh. I'm aware that my hand is much colder on the top of my hand. I'm aware that the sensation of cold is increasing. I'm aware that the sensation of cold is what I would consider to be quite bad right now. I'm aware that in a normal circumstance, this is when I would take my hand out. I am aware that it got even worse than what I was just describing. I am aware that even though I told you it was going to be colder than you think, it's still colder than I thought. I'm aware that the sensation just changed. I am aware that it feels more numb than cold. I'm just moving around to try to not block the mic. I'm aware that most of the sensation is on the top of my hand. I'm aware that the sensation is now more just an overall tingling. I'm aware that the sensation has switched for me now. I wouldn't call it pain, I would call it um, just tingling. I think I can say I'm done. That's the demonstration. And that's what I want you to do. Get a bowl, fill it with water, put ice in it, stick your hand in, and narrate yourself experiencing the pain. And if you want to take the baby way out, you could do this in a shower. But I think you'll find the ice water to be much more illuminating. And the benefit of this exercise is that there could be lots of times in your life when you're in pain. You might consider every time you go to the gym you're in pain. And instead of running from that pain by putting on your headphones or trying to distract yourself, what you now know is a technique to run towards the pain. When you put your focus on the pain and you narrate the pain, you're basically putting as much attention as you're capable of onto that pain. And surprisingly, that makes the pain more bearable. Now, I've talked to a number of athletes about this. I come from a running background originally, and this is something that distance runners do. Like maybe when you go for a 3-mile jog, you're listening to music because you don't want to feel what's going on. But when they race, when a distance runner races, they're just constantly narrating what's going on in their body. Is some muscle tired? Is it burning? Do they, can they go faster or not? What's their body telling them? And I had this experience too with I was working with a coach who was working with an NBA player who had lost 2 seasons to foot injuries. He kept breaking his foot. And he came back and the doctors had cleared him to play, but he still had pain in his foot. And so if you can kind of imagine for him the psychological pain of that pain, because that pain is making him think, I might never have a career because my foot, if it breaks again, it might be the end. But the doctors had cleared him to play, and he kind of had to play, or else definitely he wouldn't have a career. And so this is the exercise we did. I worked with his coach to deliver this specific exercise. I am aware of the pain, like embrace the pain through meditation. And this NBA player had a meditation background already, so kind of like how you've been through the last 3 weeks, he had a similar background. And this is how he got through his season. So it does work, and it can be very, very powerful for times when you do want to make it through a painful experience. All right, more strange meditations coming tomorrow.